Today, we're talking about how to simplify your business. Some of you got some real complicated businesses and some complicated things going on in your business. So, let's talk about ways to simplify and how to simplify your business.
Yeah, let's do it, man. And I think this is one of the biggest things. If I had to go back to myself starting a business way back in the day, simplification, right? You don't need that complicated funnel. I can't tell you how much time I wasted on click funnels. You don't need that complicated website. You don't need that logo. You don't need that LLC started. You don't need that X, Y, and Z. What you need is the one rule. First, who are you talking to? Figure that part out. Where do they stay? What do they like? What do they talk about? What do they consume? Who are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Second, that's your avatar. That's your ideal client, your ideal person that you're servicing. Then pick a platform. Now, I've actually changed this up a little bit because I don't think you necessarily even need a platform at all. In fact, in a lot of businesses, you're better off staying off the platform and focusing on gathering a list, just a list of people that might be interested so you can reach out to them. All right, so that's pretty huge. But the one that you do need is, what are you giving them? What is the service or value that you're providing? Now, I might actually just start with the list, because from the list, you can do market research. You can ask them, what do you need? Based on my skill sets, I can provide those things. And then you create the offer that they're asking for. So you probably start with who and then create a list of the who and go from there.
Hmm. Interesting way to look at it. And again, we're talking how to make it simple, and that's a simple process if you start with the who. Um, I think also that avatar, that avatar that you're thinking about, uh, is important because what I've seen in a lot of businesses and a lot of people that are just starting their businesses is you don't really know who you're talking to. The amount of networking events that I've gone to where you ask someone, "Hey, how do I know if I'm talking to your ideal prospect? How do I know if I'm talking to your ideal client? Who are you looking for?" And the amount of people that say anyone that, or anyone, or everyone that, and it's way too broad. You can already tell that people don't know exactly their avatar because niches bring riches, right? So the more that you niche down and I'm looking for a married couple that has children under the age of 6 that are health conscious, that care about the products they use in their house. That narrowed it down specifically. So now I know exactly who I'm talking to. So if they're a married couple, I know I can speak to things in marriage. I can speak to things about parenting. I can speak to things about having a house or whatever the case is. And maybe my product is some cleaning products, some, healthy, non-chemical or chemical-free type products. Well, now I know specifically who I'm looking for versus someone that says, anyone that has a house, like anyone that cleans. It's like, okay, now you don't really know who you're talking to because there's a 27-year-old guy in Iowa that owns a house but could care less about right, could care less about your products, or right, being non-chemical or chemical free. So diving into that avatar is probably one of the best ways to be able to simplify things. And then again, I follow that formula as far as like have one direct offer. Something we often see with business owners is that you get bored too quickly with your first offer, and then you think you need two or three different offers, or you think you can branch out to two or three different things, or you got the 7 streams of income bug that has bitten you, and you are not fully headed down one path with just one offer, with just one product, with just one thing. And that's a great way to simplify your business, ladies and gentlemen, is figure out exactly who you're talking to and get them one thing. And the more you do that over and over again, as you build and scale that side, but systems around it, then you may have the opportunity to bounce off and go off and do some other things that bring you income. But we're talking about how to simplify. You got to simplify to multiply, ladies and gentlemen. You got to simplify to multiply. So if you want to grow
Ooh, that's a
something
good
big,
one, man. I'm gonna put it in one sentence for you.
go.
Figure out who you would like to serve and talk to them. That's it. That's the first step. Go talk to them, because everything after that comes out of that conversation,
Mm-hmm.
that multiple conversation. If you can't find who you're trying to serve and talk to them, you probably shouldn't start doing what you think you're going to do.
Mm-hmm. That's huge. The go talk to them part, I think, as simple as that sounds, right? Most people
Go
miss,
talk to them.
yeah, most people miss that
Yeah.
step. Like,
Yeah.
how many people have you talked to
Because
that are
guess what
in
you
the
can do?
market?
Because what you can do, you can ask them, hey, what are you struggling with? Oh, what have you already tried? Oh, why didn't that work? Oh, what outcome did you want? Gosh, right?
Insight. Insight.
What would help you get there? Ah, got it. Then you come right back and you say, hey, I got this thing for you and gets you from A to B.
Mm-hmm.
It avoids C. All right. Would you like it? They are out of excuses. Oh, I don't need it, blah, blah, blah. Well, you just told me you did, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, that's the advice I would give myself at the beginning of this process.
Yeah.
Do that. Do that. And you don't need, pretty much don't need anything besides the ability to get in touch with those individuals. And everybody knows at least 5.
For sure. This, how much do you want to reach out, right? Like how hungry are you to build your business? Because that's as simple as it is. And again, most people are actually just don't reach out. They just don't talk to enough
Hungry
people.
enough to bite them kneecaps. Shout out Dan.
Dan biting kneecaps. What's up, Dana? Good to
Come on,
have you.
man. You're not a Detroit Lions fan.
I'm
Come
not.
on, man. Dan Campbell, bro.
Oh,
We fall down, we get up, and then way up, we bite some kneecaps.
no. Yeah, I didn't get that one.
All right, fine. No,
Good
hey,
day.
man.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Good Life.
If you enjoy this episode, please take a moment to subscribe and like our channel.
If you have any feedback or suggestions for future episodes, please leave us a comment down below.
If you're listening to the podcast audio version, we appreciate you just as much. Thank you for tuning into the Good Life Show.
We believe that everyone has the potential to live their best life, and we hope our show helps you get that one step closer to achieving your goal.
If you know someone who would benefit from our show, please share it with them, and thank you for your continued support.
That's it for another week's episode here on The Good Life. We'll see you next week for another inspiring conversation.